Welcome to the program. This is Daily Politics on Trust TV. I'm Abdullahi Ahmed. Tonight we take on two major political developments unfolding across Nigeria. One in Kano, the other in River State. As you might know, Governor Abdullahi Ahmed has resigned from the NNPP, leading a mass exodus that includes 21 state lawmakers, 8 members of the House of Representatives, and all 44 local government chairmen in Kano State. According to most, the wait is finally over. And the big question is, what implication will this have on Kwankwaso and the Kwankwasia movement in Kano and beyond? As you can imagine, they are only heading in one direction. The All Progressive Congress is set to receive one of its biggest prizes ahead of the 2027 general elections. We'll be talking much later on with the NNPP, the factional chairman of the NNPP in Kano, Senator Jibrin Dogwa, to get an insight as to how this unfolding development will shape not just Kano politics, but Nigerian politics ahead of 2027. But tonight we begin with the political standoff in River State, which has taken yet another sharp turn. The long-running face-off between Governor Abdullahi Fubara and the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike has now moved firmly into the courts. We'll be examining the latest development as it relates to the River State House of Assembly aligned with Wike as they continue to push for the impeachment proceeding, which, according to most, has taken a big hit. Because after all that has been said and done, the Chief Judge has declined setting up that panel of inquiry that will look into the accusations or allegations of the State House of Assembly regarding gross misconduct by the governor and his deputy. But beyond that, what is happening to plans to unite River State for President Tinubu ahead of 2027? And is there a chance that even opposition parties could nick something out of all of these chaos? Well, let's speak to someone who is not just from River State, but understands River State politics and what is playing out. We also get to talk a little bit about developments within the PDP and how that is all tied to the conversation of what is playing out as we have come to see. Comrade Daiboikiabo Warmate is a public affairs analyst, but more importantly, a PDP chieftain and a political analyst. He'll be part of the conversation tonight. Comrade, it's good to see you again.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for stopping by.
Yes.
Is it fair to say that Governor Abdullahi Fubara is making a comeback politically to be on the winning side? We've seen comments from the APC leadership to suggest that he has the backing of the party. Just recently, one of the president's spokesperson alluded to how former Governor Wike is maybe stepping a little too far from the lines of political loyalty to the president. But also talk to me about this development around the chief judge declining to take the next step as far as this impeachment procedure is concerned. Talk me through all of the dynamics that's been playing out.
Well, you see, once again, thank you for having me. The issue is that the action or the letter of the Chief Judge of Rivers State is in line with the Constitution and in line with the spirit and letters of the offices occupying. If you read carefully in the letter, he cited a case that has to do with Kwara State and where the appeal court smashed the CJ of Kwara for being like a chief priest and you are desecrating your own shrine. So for that reason, he said legally he is disabled to act as long as this issue is concerned. So there is the CJ is in order in not setting up the appeal investigation panel to investigate the allegation levied against the governor. So it's in order. And that of the governor moving to APC is the purpose, the primary, from what we've seen, is primary purpose of going to the APC is for protection. And until yesterday, that is when some people can say maybe it's beginning to get that protection. Otherwise, we've not seen much of it from moreover the presidency, because the people of Rivers State at a point started wondering, what is it? The silence of the president is no longer golden. The silence of the APC national is no longer golden. Where did they stand in this matter? And the average Rivers person is interested in peace. And the president, until yesterday, through his spokesperson, has said, okay, we stand following the APC constitution, we stand by the national chairman, we stand by the, his position, and so on and so forth. So we're looking at a situation whereby peace will return in as much as they are standing by the constitution. Because if you look at it, we responded better than the APC is doing in terms of protecting this governor as a party, PDP. The unfortunate incident is that we did not have a president that have that federal might to caution whoever that is going astray or whoever that is becoming overbearing. That is just it.
Do you think Barrister Daniel Bola's take on the matter is a reflection of what the president thinks?
Well, I will say, because I don't think this one of the media aide to the president will come out and make such a comment without at least speaking with the president one-on-one or getting a feelers or studying the body language of the president. It will be wrong, because it's a very sensitive issue. So that is why some people believe that that is the position of the president and that is the position of the APC. So it gave some persons or Rivers people a sigh of, sort of hope that the president is beginning to show that, yes, the essence of the governor joining the party is beginning to be materialized by the statement that came from Daniel Bola. Otherwise, the Rivers people were disappointed with the statement of the APC National Publicity Secretary that said the party has not taken any position, which swiftly acted as a party, PDP. But up to now, or up to the time Bola spoke, the party did not act. The presidency did not act. And the governor went there for the primary purpose of protection. So that is the issue.
If you're in President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's shoes, who is a bigger prize? FCT Minister Wike or Governor Abdullahi Fubara?
Well, you see, that question, to be frank, Wike did his best for the president in 2023. The issue Wike is having is overbearingness. You cannot control.
But not on the president, surely. So that's
not on the president, but the action is affecting or rubbing on the president, because you want to, now see what is happening in Rivers State. You want to control the governor. Every aspect of the governor. Decide, it's like you're coming to become a governor through the back door. Again, because you want to control the executive, you are controlling the local government chairman and everything. So the governor just reacted to that overbearing or total control of his government, because tomorrow they are not going to say Wike's government. Wike has come and gone. They'll say same Fubara's administration. So he wants to have that freedom to be able to put things in a manner that when he leaves, people can reckon that yes, truly he was the one that did it. So that led to, how will I call it, is it rebellion or resistance by the governor? So if you are looking at that action of the FCT minister has generated sympathy for the governor. So as we speak today, love him or hate him, a lot of people have sympathy for the governor. And if you look at it, with the resources available to the governor, it will be wise for any president to look at Rivers State governor.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, are you saying that Governor Abdullahi Fubara has more political currency than Nyesom Wike? Is that what you're saying?
Well, organically.
Organically?
Yes.
I mean, nobody knew who Governor Abdullahi Fubara was until he became governor.
Yes. That doesn't matter.
So you think in 2 years,
I gave you an example.
In 2 years, he has generated more capital politically than Nyesom Wike. That's what you're saying.
I'm telling you that within the state of Rivers, he has done that. How? It's the action and inaction of the FCT minister. People are beginning to have sympathy. Before now, when I came in, I used to defend the FCT minister. I didn't know. I was even saying that it was too short for the governor to react. But recently, when we saw even from the mouth of the FCT minister, the issues that started their, that caused problem between them, the agreement and the terms of agreement, for crying out loud, everybody will begin, is this the problem? And that is why we said, no, it's enough. He cannot control the governor to that extent. Others, we've had governors in Rivers State, and they did not control, even himself, the Wike himself, did not allow anybody to control him, not even the president to control him to that point. So why do you want to control somebody? Because God used you to bring somebody on board does not mean you should sniff life out of him. No.
What are the chances that opposition could sneak in, like your party, PDP, for instance, and nick it at the 11th hour? Because it doesn't look like there is alignment between what Wike is doing for the president and what Abdullahi Fubara is apparently trying to do for the president. This dysfunction within the AP or PD-APC family in River State, the ones loyal to Wike and the ones on the other side of the APC. What could go wrong with this lack of alignment in your view?
What could go wrong is that, one, it will affect the president's vote. It depends on the area he attach itself to or support. Because if you look at it, both of them are scrambling to impress the president. Now, in doing so, you will see that they show themselves. And when they show themselves, the other one want to show himself at the expense of this one. This one want to show himself at the expense of the other one. So you see that they, at the end, it is the person that have the sympathy of the people that will be able to deliver the president. Free and fair election. I'm not talking about a manipulated election or the one we saw in 2023 that mutilation everywhere. No, a clear and clear election. And that is the governors we speak today, because people have sympathy for him.
Who has a better record in winning elections, fair or not?
No, if you talk about better this thing, this is the first time of the governor. But the FCT minister has that record.
So to be fair, Governor Abdullahi Fubara has not won any election by himself yet.
No, the 2023 election, he contested. He was supported by the minister. The minister brought him. So you can say that the minister, campaign, he did everything for him and he won the election. But where Abdullahi got his, political currency is as a result of this crisis. Because people begin to sympathize with him.
In protest against Wike?
Yes, that is the only thing. In protest against Wike, that is it. Otherwise, we know Wike has that record from 1999 to date. He has that record. But as we speak today, that aspect of him is what is making him unpopular among the people of Rivers State.
So it does look like the courts, the hearing has been adjourned indefinitely on the case regarding whether the chief judge should go ahead and formulate this committee that's supposed to look into the allegations of gross misconduct. But do you think this is a story that ends with court judgments and pronouncements, or do you think politically there's still some wiggle room to bring these two warring factions together?
Yeah, I believe that there is still room politically to bring the both factions or groups together, in Rivers State. Although we heard that the assembly members rejected a delegation from PANDEF headed by Alanik Beko, so one senior legal luminary, to try to resolve the issue. They rejected it. But that notwithstanding, more effort should be put in place to resolve this issue. Because looking at this thing, the judge made it clear that I cannot give perpetual injunction. And remember last year or so, the NJC warned about perpetual injunction. So he said, no, I cannot do that, and indefinitely, suspended the matter. Now, also, the judge also recognized the fact that the matter has been appealed and is at appeal court level. So they need to wait to get that, the outcome from the appeal before if even any pronouncement is supposed to be made, should have been made. But just to issue a perpetual injunction like that, the judge felt it has not gotten to that point for him to issue that perpetual injunction. And that is where the governor needs to do a lot, because it's at the appeal. What if the appeal turns the judgment of the High Court, State High Court? So we still want political solution to it, and that is where the APC-led federal government and the presidency and the APC is failing Rivers people, because we expect that the presidency should intervene. Now it makes the party APC and the President Tinubu look selfish, because all they're interested in is not Rivers, peace in Rivers State. It looks as if they're interested in only how to win in Rivers State. So we don't want to offend Wike, we don't want to offend Sim. So let's just be careful. You know the truth, say the truth. Like they've asked Buala to come and say Sim is the leader. Good and fine. That is their constitution. But to remain silent and this thing continue going on. No, let me give you an example. In 1979 to 83, when there was a situation like this during the Menford to Kilo regime, what happened? Immediately, Akinola also, the national chairman of MPN, and the Senate president, His Excellency Joseph Wires, came to Port Harcourt, went to the house of the majority leader, and met with him, Honorable William Jumbo, met with him, discussed and said, no, don't accept this to happen to our party. We are, even though we have grievances, we can resolve it. And the national chairman and the Senate president resolved the matter before they left Rivers State then. So why can't the president or the Senate president and the national chairman of APC come to Rivers State and say, no, we must address this issue for peace in Rivers State? So it looks as if APC is not interested in peace in Rivers State, is not interested in development in Rivers State, or the president. All they're interested in is our vote. And if they are not careful, they might lose the vote.
Might?
Yes. Yes.
What are the chances that that could happen?
Because the people are watching them. We are interested in peace. They are interested in our vote. If they don't give us peace, we will not give them their votes.
Yeah, but some would say that's an impossibility, because PDP in Rivers State is under Nyesom Wike. Nyesom Wike is going to work for the president, and that hasn't changed for now. APC is under Sim Fubara. Sim Fubara is going to work for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So how can the president lose Rivers State?
No, he can.
How?
It's possible. It's very much possible. If he doesn't do the right thing as it is today. Leave the issue as talking about Rivers State, PDP is under Wike. As we speak today, PDP is not under Wike in Rivers State. Because the Congress that conducted in Rivers State as we speak today was nullified by a High Court, Rivers State High Court. And that one is there. Although, in as much as there are one or two flaws with the convention has expelled him from the party. The convention of the PDP has expelled him from the party.
But we know in practice, he still has a lot of pull in Rivers State. Not just with Rivers State structure, but nationally. He still has a lot of pull.
No, see, we are not talking about if he has a lot of pull or not. Definitely, he has that. But the issue is that as we speak today, what is the reality on ground? Following the constitution, following court pronouncement, the PDP is not under him. And you see one thing we fail to understand and accept. PDP is People's Party. A leader might leave. We have seen where leaders leave, and there are some of their supporters don't even follow them to where they are going, or even vote the person they are voting. We've seen that. And as I've always said, PDP is a blue-blooded, Rivers is a blue-blooded PDP. Say, forget, Amechi left PDP to APC. What happened? So the issue is, Rivers people are watching. What is going to happen? What is the outcome? What is the reaction, the body language of the presidency and APC? Because as of today, the feelings and the rumor is that APC is failing the Rivers people. The presidency is failing Rivers people until that yesterday's statement. And people are still watching, because that is just the beginning. It's not the end of addressing the crisis in Rivers State.
So with all the council chairmen loyal to Wike, all the Rivers State House of Assembly members led by Martin Samehule loyal to Wike, you still are saying that the Rivers people are not with the FCT minister on this one, even though we saw the council tour that he did late last year with all the turnout. You're saying that the Rivers people are not with the FCT minister.
The people you've just mentioned, the chairman and microscopic few.
Yeah, but they also have supporters.
They have supporters.
They also come from communities.
Now those, I'm not a chairman, I'm not an assembly member, but I have supporters more than some of those assembly members. I'm telling you.
I'll take your word for it.
No. Yes, I'm coming. I have supporters. Some of them. I'm not saying all. Some of them. Some of them remove them for that office. They don't have supporters. Now, what I'm trying to say is that the ordinary Rivers people, the ordinary Rivers indigene, today as we speak, because of the issue, because they discovered that the purpose for the impeachment is not in the interest of the Rivers person. If it's in the interest of the Rivers person, we will not have issue with it. Removal, sorry, I don't want to use the word impeachment because the Supreme Court said it's not the right word. It's removal, and that is what is in the Constitution, Section 188. So the removal of the governor or the attempted removal and the deputy governor is not the issue. The issue is that what is the reason behind the removal? Is it in the interest of the state or is it in the interest of a strong person? That is where you are seeing people being angry and people showing sympathy for the governor. That is just it.
What about this purported agreement that was signed with the governor and the people he's having troubles with on the side of the Wike camp? Do the people of Rivers State have any idea what this alleged agreement or rumored agreement is about, and whether or not the governor has actually violated that agreement?
No, you see, one, we have seen those during the campaign or Thanksgiving or whatever the FCT minister called it, when he was going through, he mentioned some of them. We've heard in various platforms and from our people that one of them is the governor not to come back in 2027. The other one is that the governor must reinstate the former Rivers State Council of Traditional Rulers, the chairman, and also some other items on this thing. And people are like, these things, is that why you are saying that the governor should not, the governor has failed to agree, keep to the agreement? I say no, nobody will keep to it. Among even the FCT minister that are acting as if they are lawyer, which definitely is clear, it's not an organic loyalty, they cannot keep to the agreement. None of them can keep to the agreement. You should try them and see. Some of them will even chase him away. Sim doesn't have that capacity. Or is it sympathy serving for his principal? Otherwise, some of them that are there with the political exposure they have, Wike will not try this now. He won't. He won't. That is the truth. So you shouldn't feel that removing Sim or bringing Ameule, who Ameule is very loyal. He too has said it out. When you try people with power, try him with power to that extent, you will know. So what we are advocating is that let there be peace. Let there be peace. The agreement is an agreement that cannot be, honored.
Right. And before we wrap up our conversation, we have to segue and talk about PDP because a lot has happened this week. In fact, to the day, I think it's around 68 or 69 days since the closure of the Secretariat in November last year, around November 18 last year. And we just saw that the tinubu-led National Working Committee withdrew its case calling for the evacuation of the police and the reopening of the Wadata Plaza Secretariat of the PDP. This week also, the party doubled down, your party doubled down about zoning the ticket to the south. All of that, and it doesn't appear that there's a lot of traction with the PDP. As a PDP member yourself, are you worried that week in, week out, Nigerians are beginning to lose a lot more interest about whatever is happening with the PDP?
Well, you see, I will not say Nigerians are losing interest in whatever that is happening in PDP. Rather, I believe that Nigerians are watching and observing to see how PDP can manage the interest wrangling within the party. Now they withdraw the case. I know that definitely because of the issue crisis there, the court will not definitely approve the reopening of the secretariat to the mainstream PDP. They will not do that. I know that before even the court issue. So I was not surprised when they withdrew the case because you have to conclude the issues at the Supreme Court to be able to say, okay, the court has made pronouncement, this is the right group, and open the secretariat. So when I saw it, I wasn't surprised. And as for the party, see, the party leaders need to do a lot. What has put us in this state is as a result of the greed of PDP leaders. Some of them that will see dollars and cannot say no to dollars. That is a major issue. That will see dollars and cannot say the truth. That is what has put us in this state. And because of that, it declined the level of discipline in the party. Because when they give some of them, the painful part is that these are people we are looking up to. These are people that have had the opportunity to govern states, to be at occupy various offices, having resources before. But today, little money will make them not to be able to discipline people that they ought to have disciplined. We wouldn't have gotten to this point. And today, the whole party is suffering. Not just the party, the nation is suffering because PDP is the #1 opposition party as we speak today. So not just Makinde, not just Bala, not just Wike, but those people that collected money that refuse to discipline those that deserve to be disciplined are also part of those that have put PDP in this state, and it's very painful.
And do you think the zoning of the ticket to the south, which many would say is a no-brainer at this point, is going to save the party because of that sentiment around the next president still coming from the south?
You know, the zoning has been done already before this thing. It has been done where because it was done on time, because that was one of the reasons why we had issue in 2023. So the party looked at it and said, no, let's do this zoning. And I think before Ambassador Damagul left, they did that zoning. So this one is just to re-emphasize the fact that the presidency has been zoned to the south, and whoever that is interested in the south should start preparing themselves. So at the end of this issue we are facing, party activities will begin regarding who becomes the PDP presidential candidate from the south. And
finally, we know of Governor Makinde's speculated interest in gunning for the top job, being in the run for the presidency. This week we saw him at the villa, although he said that he's still sticking around in the PDP, leading to questions about whether or not the president would love to have Makinde pick the ticket of the PDP, which, according to some, would make it a lot more easier for him to win in 2027. Do you have concerns about PDP governors cozying up to the APC administration? Does that concern you as a PDP member?
Yes, I think a lot. And that is one of the things also that has led to we being in this state, because some of our governors go behind to cut deals with the ruling party or with the presidency. And that has affected the party performance. And as we speak today, the truth be told, Sheikh Makinde cannot withstand His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He cannot. His Excellency Sheikh Makinde cannot withstand him. So, and that is where we're having problems. Our governors should tame their ambitions, because that is one of the reasons why you see there is scramble. Bala Mohammed is scrambling for VP, is scrambling for this thing. They have the right to do so. But the question is that you having the right to do so, what about the ability to be able to win the election? No. I can tell you today, the only two people that can challenge the APC government and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the former president, His Excellency Goodluck Jonathan, and Peter Obi. Outside those two candidates within PDP, believe you me, I want to be honest. Nobody, Sheikh Makinde cannot. I don't even think he will win the Southwest. How much more Nigeria? So that is the issue. So that's why our governors are also major problem. They should not be going back behind the party and cut deals and at the end present weak candidates. Because if Sheikh Makinde emerged as the PDP presidential candidate, just be rest assured that President Tinubu has come back.
So Sheikh Makinde is a weak candidate?
No, definitely. See, I'm telling you, I want to be honest. His Excellency Engineer Sheikh Makinde cannot, in all political ramifications, withstand His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
As always, interesting conversation. Comrade Daiboikiabo, appreciate you very much for joining us this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for the analysis.